and I just wanted to get on here and give my thoughts on it. The question is, have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas reached their ceiling? Now, before I go into detail, just look at what's done transpired on the offense. Whether it's the quarterback, and just really think, have they really reached their potential? I put in potential to potential and their ceiling as football players. I'm gonna give my thoughts on that. Who that nation? I'm gonna start with Michael Thomas. Have he reached his ceiling and obviously potential? Hell no, he hasn't. If we go back to 2016, his rookie season, if you look at his yards per catch, his yards per catch, I believe it's the most yards per catch that he's had in the Saints uniform. And the reason for that, it starts with, Brees' arm. In 2016, going into the 2016 season, Brees was coming off of a 5,000-yard season. So we're going to 2016. That's when we start to see that arm decline. But it wasn't at the point that it was this past season. Michael Thomas, his rookie season, he was catching more deep balls, more deep post routes. His in and out routes were more deeper. They wasn't, 10 to 15 yard max. They was deeper, 20 to 25 yard, deep posts and in and out routes. So his yards per catch was better. And that was due to Brees' arm not being, as weak. I'm gonna say it right, because I'm not disrespecting Brees. I'm just saying his arm done decline. His arm was more stronger than it was in 2016 than it is now. So that's the reason for that. As we go into 2021, if Brees doesn't retire, we're most likely going to be seeing a quarterback with a much stronger arm, than Drew Brees, and can reach all 3 points of the field. If you really think about it, we hear everyone talk about Michael Thomas being a slant king. Slant king. Do you know the reasons for that? It was due to Brees not being able, his inability to be able to stretch the field. And we all know that Michael Thomas is not going to burn the top off of a defense. But we do know he can catch balls in traffic. And we've seen plays of what Michael Thomas potential can be in the deep routes. Once again, he's not going to blow the top off of a defense, but he can catch contested balls. He has the body frame and the strength to be able to, contest deep routes. If you look at the Minnesota game, this was a regular season game. Taysom Hill got in the game. This wasn't a playoff. This was regular season, where PJ stood out that game. Taysom Hill, he threw like a 50-yarder, 55-yard bomb to Michael Thomas. Did Michael Thomas blow the top off of the defense? No. The receivers were, not the receiver, the cornerback was right there with him. But, Michael Thomas was able to, make the contested catch. That's what we really, haven't been able to see from Michael Thomas, due to the quarterback not being able to, stretch the field. And once again, he's not going to blow the top off of a defense. But he can still run those type of routes. As far as running, vertical routes, he can probably run that, but he probably won't be as successful on vertical routes as a Deontay Harris, Emmanuel Sanders if he come back, even a Traquan Smith if he comes back, but routes where he have to, cut, I believe he can create separation, and he's shown glimpses of that his rookie year. So who that nation, and you guys probably know this as well. We haven't seen his fullest potential. So for the slant king, people out there, and it specifically, people within the division, I know he left out on a bad note, before we learned about the injuries. He got shut out. We thought it was due to him, just being locked down until we found out about his injury. But even that game, let's say if he would have been healthy, let's just no, let's just say if he would have been healthy and he still would have got locked out. Defenses. We done said this a million times. Defenses can play more up on Breeze. Because his inability to stretch the field, and that has caused Michael Thomas not to being able to operate on deep routes because Breeze won't be able to get the ball to him or any other receiver, consistently. So that's been the thing with Michael Thomas. I believe once we get a young quarterback, whether it's Jameis, you can't write Taysom off, just due to the cap purposes. Whoever it is, they arm will be stronger than Drew Brees is at this stage. So I'm excited to see what 2021 holds for Michael Thomas. And for the ones that saying we need to trade Michael Thomas, like are y'all serious right now? Like, come on, Who That Nation. Let's not get full of ourselves. It's ways that we can get under the cap, but they will be fools to get rid of Michael Thomas, and we really hadn't seen the man's fullest potential. This guy running slant routes, 15, 20-yard routes max. I'm talking about the majority of his routes, and he's still leading the league in receptions, catches. So you telling me DBs, it's one thing if you got a Tyreek Hill where he just dusting guys and he getting the yards like that. But it's even harder for a receiver to run, short to intermediate routes and still getting off, still completing the catches. So I think we just need to pump the brakes when it comes to, and that rumor hasn't been out like that, coming from SaintsUptown. But I have heard that, when he made the comment about Breeze. Michael Thomas, no, you seen when he made the comment about Drew Brees on Twitter. It's taken away from Michael Thomas to reach his potential, his fullest potential and fullest ceiling as a football player. If all you're going to be throwing them is short to intermediate routes, even though he's still getting off. So 2021, Michael Thomas, whoever the quarterback is, I'm excited to see that. Now with Alvin Kamara, this is, it's a compliment to each other. These guys complement each other. We have a star receiver, and then we got a star running back. So the quarterback that comes in 2021, whoever it may be, their arm is going to, for the third time, is going to be stronger, than Breeze's. We will be able to attack the deep ball. And if it's Jameis, we know what kind of, deep arm talent he has. So once we be able to stretch the field, defense is going to play back. You got to be honest and play. They will be honest with, the next quarterback we have. So they won't be playing so up, to the line of scrimmage. So once you do that, what does that do? That gives room to throw check down passes, more room for Kamara to get more positive yards on screen passes, and even in the running game. You're not going to put 7 up. You're not going to jam, your corners up and stuff like that. You got to respect that the ball will go over your head, as a DB. So that's why we've been trying to, wanting Breeze to leave. Just for the sake of that, our offense will flourish more, led by these two guys, if, we get us a new QB. Not saying they're going to be completing 70% of their throws and stuff like that. Short to intermediate passes. Breeze can still do that now and complete, over 70% of his throws. So I'm not saying that Breeze is trash, but he's unable to, expand the offense. The Kansas City Chiefs, look at their offense. You got Edwards back there in the backfield. You got Tyreek Hill at receiver along with Travis Kelce. So you able to the DBs and stuff. They're gonna play honest. The safeties, they're gonna play honest. They know they got a star receiver, on that offensive side that they can't try to jam up on. And I know, Edwards, he's not that type of running back yet, but still you can't sleep on him or he gonna hurt you. So that's the compliment they will give each other, on the offensive side. And it's gonna be in 2021 with a QB. Our praise with a QB, a new QB, that's gonna be able to stretch the field. And that's gonna make the quarterback better. It's definitely gonna make Michael Thomas better, and it's definitely gonna make Alvin Kamara better, along with Latavius. But we talking about Latavius and Alvin. Both of their ceilings haven't been met yet. And just think, I would say this, and then I will wrap this up. When you're able to when you're able to bring your defense in, your safeties and all of that, not able is you only making it harder for Michael Thomas because he's not gonna, run anything deep along with the other receivers. That also, allows them to check in on Kamara. Because everybody jammed up, you dump passes off to him, your defense is already right there in motion to make plays. And you get some good athletic linebackers, like the Bucks. Devin White showed up. He was able to take advantage of that. So once the defense starts scooting back, being honest, and now we got more receiver threats, you're not going to be able to double team Michael Thomas. You're not going to be able to bring the defense in, to close in on Kamara and Michael Thomas to try to shut both of them out. So for the whole league, Michael Thomas, he's still to me, he's still the best receiver in football, in my opinion. And that's facts. Look at DeAndre Hopkins. I know DeAndre Hopkins, he had like 2-3 quarterbacks before he got Deshaun, and Murray. But those QBs was able to stretch the field. Regardless how trash you may be, if you able to stretch the field, the defenses isn't gonna, the way these defenses have taken gambles in the playoffs, against Breeze, forcing him to throw over top, they haven't done that with no other quarterback, regardless how trash the QB is. So these are professional QBs. You play against the sorriest QB, the 32nd best QB in the league. Bring everybody up like that, and you have a speedy receiver. He gonna challenge that. So that's all, Who Dat Nation. I hope you guys like the content. And just a reminder, just be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the page. And shout out to the team. Shout out to Double-U.D. Shout out to Miss Pretty Carly. Shout out to SaintsUptown. Shout out to Payton. And I hope you guys stay tuned for more content that's on the way. This is the host CB, and I'm out. Who Dat?